Hello to all BTD Battles fanatics. As I dig across the bottom of this barrel for ideas, this one came to mind. We all know how insane balloon ramping is in the late game, but even in the super early stages of ramping it's already ridiculous and pretty much impossible for the average player to defend in a classic game mode. Keyword classic. That is why today I'm going to show you how even the best of loadouts can struggle against these mighty blimps with this little simulator I modded. Forget playing a real opponent and spending 10 minutes to get to the round I want every run. Why not spend a bit of extra time at the beginning so that we only need a fraction of those minutes to get there? So here's the deal. The game starts at round 32, and just like the previous video, I give myself 2 minutes to set up your typical round 32 defense. Based on my educated guesses, I estimate a good eco player should have around $100,000 worth of defenses along with 4,500 eco by that point. I'm not too sure how close these amounts are to a normal game, but based on the numerous videos I've seen that go past round 32 I think it's a reasonable assumption to make. So in this first test I'm simulating how the mortar bomb Cobra loadout would fare versus round 32 fast cooldown ZOMGs. However, you might be a little caught off guard by that buccaneer in the top right corner as well as the boats I've randomly placed in the middle. But no, it is not a random placement. In short, I'm just using the boats to simulate the misdirection ability because of a weird-ass interaction I had with the Cobra that wouldn't allow me to use it. More on that after. For now let the round 32 ZOMGs commence. 16 of them to be exact. I modified the balloon queue to hold up to 15 cents so that will guarantee I send the same amount of ZOMGs each time. That was not a mistake, by the way. By the time I click 15 times one of the balloon cents will have finished the cooldown, so that is why I say 16 and not 15. Anyways, without any slows from the ice and ninja there is only so much the mortar can do, and this won't even be close. The misdirects / monkey pirates weren't of much help either since there's just too many BFBs to handle. So there you have it, farm users. Just survive until round 32 against Cobra users, rush them and they're dead. Easier said than done, of course. There's only one farm setup that can reliably survive that far, and that is the Mortar Ninja farm, but more on that in another episode. Perhaps let's try a longer map and part path and see if it makes any difference. So back to what I was saying earlier about substituting boat in place of Cobra. When I originally attempted this I was met with a game crash every time I placed the misdirection Cobra down, and it always seemed to happen around 15 seconds after placing it down, every single time. Curious to know what the hell was up with that, I wasted a couple hours of my life fiddling around with the files and noticed it never crashed in practice mode if I was on defend mode, cause here I modded the rule set to be play with fire and that's a no-go with misdirections for some reason. And I still don't know the answer to why it happens on some game modes and not on others, quite a mystery indeed. So yeah, monkey pirates basically work the same as misdirections in one-player mode, so that is what I used. I made them spawn in the top left corner just so they don't obstruct any of my other towers. And yeah, still not even close is it. Aside from starting cash, money isn't really the problem once the ZOMGs come, cause you'll be too busy mortar stalling to even have time to build more maulers. I think we've seen enough of the mortar bomb Cobra. Let's try one of the more popular eco strats in the ice mortar and ninja. This should be much easier to defend, I think. I mean, it doesn't get any better than quarter speed Bloons along with a mini stall, right? Again, we shall see. The only downside here is less Moab popping power than the bomb. You'll have to use Bloons jutsus to break apart the ZOM layers, but they're pretty inefficient compared to a mauler. Notice how I can only get half of the amount of maulers I would normally get by the time round 32 starts. But before anyone says anything else, yes, I know there's a more effective way in doing it by spamming ice shards all over the map. I just didn't think that would work until someone informed me about it. so you'll see it in the next attempt. Anyways, much to my surprise I'm struggling. I'm not sure if it's because of me or because that's just how it is, but I'm leaning towards the latter. I mean, I'm doing as much as I possibly can minus the ice shards part. I'm holding off on the boost, though, cause I didn't want to cheap out, though I may use it once I'm in a dire emergency. Kind of looks like I am. I got all the ZOMG layers down, but it's already past the last bend, so fuck it. Better safe than sorry. And boom, defended the onslaught, but just barely. I can't imagine how any other non-village strategy could handle round 32 if this is how much it takes for one of the best loadouts to defend. As promised, here is the attempt on offside, but with more ice shards spam instead of balloon jutsu. The reason I was skeptical at first was because ice shards needs balloons around it to do any damage, but balloons will only come when the Moab layer is popped, so my reasoning was it would only do damage to the front of the pack. But apparently if you chain them it will be more effective, so sure, let's try that. Crowd them all in the middle of the track. That won't be of any use if the blimps go past that point. LOL, I guess it's not possible to defend on offside unless you went super ham on eco and was able to afford much more blunjitsus, cause again, I lowballed this eco amount so I didn't have too much to spend on defense, RIP. I did get all of them down to BFBs, so there is hope. Of course, the video would not be complete without testing out the almighty ninja and wizard combo. I hear fire breath mages are super duper amazing come late game. And because they are super duper amazing, I will be giving them the treatment they deserve with everyone's favorite balloon circles map. This will allow us to truly see how strong the wizard is. I'm not too sure what role the ninja plays here other than for the slow, so I'll just be spamming fire breath mages left and right as well as getting a couple of phoenixes up. Oh yes, I should also mention that using all 3 boosts to defend these ZOMGs is another special treatment. As we watch these wizards wreak havoc, I shall begin my closing speech. Thank you all for watching. No 10-minute video this time, so I will cry myself to sleep with these $100 bills. Stay tuned for more battles videos in the future. Hopefully Ninja Kiwi throws out 4.3 soon, cause this shit is getting too stale. 5 me. Perhaps they are busy fixing this game-breaking wizard bug where it does 10 times less damage than it should be. I mean, there's no way I could have died with all those wizards on the map, right? Better report this bug to them then. Have a cool down day.